We've got a rather chilly day today. Look, there she comes. We're gonna load up the neighbor's horse and go have her feet trimmed.
Hopefully. She's never been in this trailer.
Good girl. Oh yes, you're such a pretty girl. You get you brushed out too.
We got them away with the horse. So, we planted the garden last week. Twice now. The chickens have got through this gate. Issue is that we have to come through this gate to get water for everybody because our spigot is down here inside the gate. On occasion, that gate gets left open on accident. Chickens get in here and have destroyed this garden. I can't tell what's planted where anymore, so we're gonna have to start over with this garden. Fortunately, we only planted a small amount of it. Unfortunately, now we're another week behind. But so this never happens again, I'm going to put in something to keep this gate closed. I've mentioned multiple times that we find junk all over our property. Just randomly, we'll find pieces of metal everywhere. This is one of the things that we found. It is a giant spring, very flexy, quite stretchy. So I'm gonna hook that up onto the gate so that anytime we let this gate go, it wants to close on its own. First thing we need to do is grab some tools, which might take us all day. I found it. Didn't take me long. Wire cutters is all we need to this morning. We're gonna cut off a piece of wire that we can tie that onto the fence with, or onto the gate with, I should say, and a piece of wire that we can tie back to a post and see how this goes. Not exactly 100% sure what I'm doing, so we just quickly wired that to the gate. I may or may not find something better to hook that on with. I'm just worried about the sharp edges of that wire cutting into somebody. So for now we're going to leave it like that until we see how well this thing's actually going to work, and then maybe down the road I'll come back and completely redo the whole thing. For this other side, I'm going to start with some twine. I'm simply just going to hook the other side of that spring, and then we're going to pull it back to this post here behind me and just see how tight we have to pull it before this thing closes. Then I'll get me a piece of wire, kind of finalize it with that. Good granny knot there. It's always good to hold something that way. Hold well enough. That required much more tension on the spring than I thought it would, but it seems like it's working well. Now we need to cut us off a piece of wire. We get that cut off, put in place, and we should be done with it. I gave this twine a couple twists with a stick in it to get a little extra tension on that spring. Got the wire in place. Everything looks like it's holding well. Let's give it a try and see how it works out. Looks like it may or may not have too much tension on it. We're gonna let it ride for now and see how things work out. If it keeps slamming through like that, going all the way through, we might have to come back and fix this. In the meantime, while I was standing here working on this, suddenly I noticed that there was a chicken in the garden, even though I was standing right by the gate. So I watched it for a minute, and the dumb thing went right through this fence. So this entire fence right here is just field fence. The rest of the garden is fenced in with like no climb horse fence, which has much smaller holes in it. The holes on this field fence are 6 inches by 6 inches. You can see how big. I mean, I can stick my whole hand through there. Kind of. I got a big hand. But yeah, It's got some pretty big holes. Chicken just went right through it. If you recall, last year we had chicken wire here and the goat got it caught on his head. So now before I plant this, I'm gonna have to figure out where all my chicken wire is and get this covered up. When we fenced this garden in, we just used spare fence that we had lying around, just some free stuff. And so I don't think I've got enough of the horse fence, but we are gonna buy some to fence in some other stuff around the property. I might put some chicken wire here for a little while, but we're probably gonna end up replacing all the wire on this little section over here so we don't have to worry about it ever again. Since today is just a random Monday, that's all the time I have for this project. I'm not sure what Andrea's got planned for today, but she might get out to it today or we'll have to get back to it another day. But we got to get the wire up on that garden and then we need to get that garden replanted.
So it's been about 2 weeks since we planted some of the first rows in this garden, and we have chickens that keep getting in here. So I just wanted to show the damage, and we are gonna put some chicken wire up along the outside fence. We got this all enclosed in the garden and then realized that they were going out our side fence and coming back in the side fence. So now we're gonna put chicken wire up along that fence and hopefully keep them out so we can actually grow something this year. They've scratched it all up. We had these rows all mulched and beautiful, and now it's just a mess. So we're probably gonna have to replant. Don't rip your pants.
We decided to wait a couple days and see how things went. Most of this is popping back up. I don't think we're gonna have to replant any of this garden. Andrew put some fence on the back side of the garden, but the side part here is still open, and I've seen chicken go through there once or twice. So we're gonna put some chicken wire there. As I was about to put this up, I realized that we've got to get chickens out of the shop still, and this chicken wire is probably perfect for that. So I may not put this up here. We've got some other, like the no-climb horse fence in pieces. I might put that up. Eventually, this back of the garden, which is that way behind you, and this section here is going to be replaced with that no-climb horse fence. I'm hoping to do that this summer. So I think I might wait on this one, put some of those pieces up for now, and use this chicken wire to make our second chicken tractor so we can get these chickens out of the shop. Let's do that. I'm gonna go see if I can find this other wire, see if it's long enough.